Here is an updated weather briefing on the powerful winter storm that will be affecting Wisconsin today into tonight. This is lead forecaster Mark Kavinsky from the National Weather Service office in Milwaukee, Sullivan. Here's the highlights from the winter storm. We're expecting a wintry mix of sleet, freezing rain, and snow across southeast Wisconsin, heavy snow in portions of the central and west. Right now, the mainly snow and sleet has spread across much of southern Wisconsin and will continue to spread northward into northern Wisconsin during the afternoon. Impacts hazardous and treacherous travel from the snow, sleet, and ice, covered roads and walks, low visibilities in the falling precipitation. There will be many accidents. Larger multi-vehicle accidents are possible. There will also be strong east winds gusting 30 to 50 miles an hour. The strongest wind gusts will be in southern Wisconsin, possibly near the Lake Michigan shore. That'll be developing through the mid-afternoon. And that'll result in some falling branches and power outages, along with the heavy snow sleet accumulation and some freezing rain and glazing. There will also be some high winds crashing into the Lake Michigan coastline, maybe up to 12 feet, occurring this afternoon and evening, and that could cause some coastline erosion and lowland flooding at the shore. Here's our latest thinking on snowfall across the state. A wide swath of 8 to 12 inches across the central part of the state. 6 to 8 inches from Madison and Darlington up toward the Fox River Valley. And snowfall amounts decreasing as you go southeast and up to the northwest. A mixture of sleet, freezing rain, and snow will cut back on snow amounts in the far southeast. And the storm will have less of an effect in the northwest areas toward the Superior area. The liquid equivalent of the snow and sleet, over an inch across much of the south and central sections, maybe approaching an inch and a half, trailing off to only a tenth of an inch up toward the Superior area. Zeroing in on south central southeastern Wisconsin snowfalls, a couple inches in the southeast, mainly due to that mix, and then anywhere from 6 to 12 inches from Madison northwest and north. Heaviest toward the Westfield areas, Baraboo, that area. Along with the strong winds, that's going to cause some blowing and drifting snow as well. Here's where the winter storm warning is. The whole state, except for the far northwest corner, covered by a winter storm warning. In fact, most of the upper or the western Great Lakes covered by winter storm warnings that linger into tonight. Here's a icefall forecast, ice accumulation forecast for southern Wisconsin. Generally anywhere from less in the northwest part toward the Dells area, where there will be a little more snow and sleet, maybe up to 2/10 of an inch in the far south central areas toward Janesville, and not quite as much in the southeast toward the Lake Michigan shoreline due to the warmer temperatures and more of a mix. Surface low is expected to be in south central Missouri today around noon, and then by this evening progressing northeast into west central Wisconsin. Wisconsin will be bearing the brunt of the storm at that time through the evening hours as it closes in on the state. Here it is around midnight, just starting to cross into southwest Wisconsin from northern Illinois. And then overnight, later in the night, it'll be weakening as it pushes towards central Lake Michigan. Here is a forecast storm track for this system. Most of the models are showing somewhat similar tracks. Most of the numerical guidance. You can see by this evening it'll be located in far western Illinois, and then focusing in on central Lake Michigan by tomorrow morning. Winds are going to be an issue with this system. Strongest winds will be in the south. These are wind gusts in knots. Miles an hour will be slightly higher. So around noon today, gusting 30 to 35 knots, or maybe like 33 to 38 miles an hour across southern Wisconsin. 3 p.m. maybe getting up to 40 to 45 mile an hour gusts in the south. You can see that wind gusts will be dropping off the further north you go. 6 p.m. today, and on the left, strongest wind gusts again in the south, maybe gusting as high as 45, 50 miles an hour in the south central southeastern areas. Strongest winds again probably along the Lake Michigan coast. By 10 o'clock today, winds are going to start diminishing as that low pressure system approaches. Wind gusts should start to fall off to 30 to 40 miles an hour across southern and eastern Wisconsin by then. So here's the hazardous weather impacts. Again, the focus in Most of central Wisconsin will be the heavier snow. Into the southwest, heavier snow and sleet. Maybe a few spots receiving a foot of snow in the central part of the state. Freezing rain and icing, mainly in the southeast part of the state, will be a problem. A few spots could receive icing accumulations of a quarter-inch. And then the winds are going to be a big issue, and maybe some blowing snow. The snow will be drier further north and west. You could have gusts of 45 to 55 miles an hour, near blizzard conditions. Not out of the question in some central sections. Fortunately, the cold won't be too bad with this system, as temperatures should remain mostly in the 20s and lower 30s. So that's it. If anyone has any questions, please contact the National Weather Service. Thank you.